Why, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame and the Rising Stones, where once again they could really use some booster seats in here. Some of us are very small. Anyway, welcome back though, to story mode and such. We are going to get things moving here. Sorry, again, I've said this in several video recordings at this point, but my voice is a little weird because I'm getting over a cold. The cold was gone days ago, but now I just sound like this for a little while until it gets better, so apologies for that. But welcome to the final week of A Realm Reborn on the channel, most likely, because there's not a whole lot of it left. I'm foreseeing 2 episodes, but we'll see. We'll see. Hello. Minfilia is eyeing you with a mixture of regret and desperation. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now, I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a man of your talents, but I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Oh, sure. Generous to a fault. I thank you, Derman. Now, it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea taking etheric readings, that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Coltene were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty. Hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. You are truly a pillar of strength, Derman. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. I always do be that. All right, let's go find Hoary. You know, some voices are going to be harder than others with this current state of voice, but I don't know which ones. I want to guess higher ones are going to be harder. That's my prediction. We'll find out. I had no idea that you'd be assisting us personally, Derman. My sincerest apologies for dragging you into our affairs. Not at all. We don't spend enough time together. Ah, Derman, is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltene? Our misfortunes become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Separated by malms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. I like your thinking, Hoary. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Derman, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He's waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate location to take his readings. In spirit, Derman, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. Sounds great to me. Stay safe, fellas. Okie dokie. Camp Tranquil, that's in the South Shroud. All right, we travel! Now, I know you guys aren't seeing the world all connected in quite the same way I am, because, like, you're not seeing all the... Like, I'm cutting out a lot of the travel time, going from one place to another or warping from place to place, but isn't it kind of nice how just more and more of the world starts feeling familiar? Like, we've been playing this series now on the channel for months and months, and there's really only 3 or 4 regions of the world, right? And their associated capitals. You got the Thanalan area around Ul'dah, the Lenosha area around Limsa Lominsa, you got the Shroud, the Black Shroud around Gridania, and you've got Kurthus outside of Ishgard. And Ishgard we've not seen, but like all of these places have started to feel like more and more familiar, and like every time we go back, it's like, oh yeah, these people, this place. And that's something about this game that I really like, and A Realm Reborn kind of gets that most of all in a way. But the rest of the expansions kind of benefit from it, but I think it's a really nice foundation that A Realm Reborn sets in that way. Anyway, hello, unsettled scholar. Oh, what happened? At last, the Scion's man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isam Har. Come, we're late enough as it is. Oh, goodness. Didn't realize I was arriving late. I guess I did just spend, like, several hours, or maybe a day or so, chaperoning Tataru's beach vacation, but... Come on, how important could it be? Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I'll require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions? Then please, stand an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. You got it. Watch I shall. Antelope, I got my eye on you. You just stay over there, alright? Hey! Well, the antelope followed orders. Get out of here. Shoo. 3 of you? Come on. Science is happening. You would interfere with science? I see we've both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. And now then, Snake Bolt awaits, shall we? Sure, yes. You're welcome. Come on, Koi friend. It's hard to jump 100 feet in the air and then come crashing down on an enemy quietly. Have you tried? Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Can do, and I'll try to be stealthy about it. Anyone feeling spicy? Ooh, the trees themselves, and a couple bats. As backup. Alright, well. Y'all clear out, okay? Science is afoot. Thank you. Was that better? Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there's a queer, almost blasphemous air about. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Huh. That sounds troubling. Do you want to fill me in? Not that I don't have enough problems already, but, you know. If I've got more of them to worry about, I'd rather know about them. Ah, here we are. Hello, hello. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety. Oh, I'd love to. Oh, hello, a friend. And in such nice formal wear. Love the jacket. And a bow to you as well. Ah, but I'm on duty. Can't be socializing. Guys, come on. He's concentrating. Shush. I know this isn't a library, but can you keep it quiet for just like... Give him like 20 seconds. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about them. How goes science? This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, to Camp Tranquil. I'll not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. It's part of the job, man. You want it back up or not? Okay. We're back, and you're safe and clean. You chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, or Ichor. I never know how to say that word. I take it. No matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentrations since the calamity. However, this data's far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Oh, well, okay. I guess I got no other duty calling right now. What do you need? Who better to serve the scions of the Seventh Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant? For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous? Yeah, fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come along. Yes, sir. It's kind of a dangerous area, man. I don't think it's going to come up in this playthrough because I think it's entirely optional stuff, and I'm not 100% sure I'm going the right... I am. This little nook and Earth's Fount have to do with a different primal fight. Odin. Not attached to the main story whatsoever, so, again, won't be doing it, but, if you end up doing that side quest and that side trial, an Odin fight awaits you, initiated from around here. So then, you should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Can do. Looking for the perfect spot to... Oh, didn't see the shiny. Okay. Yes, quite high. Yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Something else? Scion! Scion, come here! I need you! Oh. Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. Oh, fellas. There you are, Derman. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog. But not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight, either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilrid to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Derman. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. Yeah, I think we would all love to know why Wilrid's dead here. We spoke a few times in the Rising Stones. He wasn't as experienced as some of the other Braves, but gods, he had passion. That he did. Real bummer him coming all this way for a little story to end here. Gods, what a waste. Pray leave matters here to us, Derman. You must return to the Rising Stones and inform the antecedent at once. Will do. Hey, you're gonna be okay. I've never been this close to a oh, gods. Okay, well, you're not gonna be okay, but you're in good hands, so we better get back. Manphilia, I'm home with news of the bad kind. Sorry I don't bring you good news more often. Derman, you returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilrid dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilrid's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this? And why? Indeed. Oh, indeed. Sure. Nope. So these, for those curious, if you want to know what those two status effects that just went away and then came back are, these are some status effects that your free company can apply. If you're part of a free company, then they can have two of these status effects running at once. They can give you more experience from fights, a pretty considerable additional percentage of experience from fights, or in this case, more company seals earned. There can be other ones like decreasing teleport costs, or increasing the experience your chocobo earns, or increasing the experience you get from crafting and gathering and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool, nice bonus feature and a good incentive to be joining a free company. Anyway, that's not important right now. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Minfilia cannot help but look to the past. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We've bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we've fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith. And before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrita. This is the victory we've wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It's our duty to present a united front, that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they'll have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Off to the big soiree, Derman. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilred's dead? Gods damn it. They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it, 'tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from, so I had to dig around, on the quiet, like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffer courtesy of a Dodo consortium. A daft name for a business if ever I heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know as some of them are, I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kinds of questions. Bound to attract attention, he was. Should have seen it at the time, but didn't, gods damn me. Still, I don't know what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be cleverer too. It's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And Derman, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah, huh? We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. Kinda starting to feel nervous about this party, if I'm honest. My hometown sucks. Anyway, let's get ourselves to Ul'dah. And here we are. Welcome to Ul'dah, and welcome to my inn room. I could have gone right to the Royal Promenade, but I figure, you know what? We're about to be going to a party. This is like a royal thing, and thus far we've showed up to all of these big events looking pretty shabby, if I'm honest, just kind of showing up in our regular gear and workwear. Not super fashionable at all. I think it is time that we actually showed up to one of these things dressed to the nines. So... and ta-da! What do you think, everyone? Looking sharp, yes? Finally, we got our boy some proper formal wear. And this ensemble comes courtesy of Derman's anonymous fashion overseer, fairy godparent. Once again, huge thank you to them. Big fan. This looks amazing. It's even got the feathers. Like, he's always got like some sort of feather thing going on in his hair. And that is maintained with a dapper little hat. It's so cute. Look at all this good stuff. I love it. Okay. Let's go see everybody. Actually, come on. As long as we're dressed all snappy, might as well. There we are. And everyone's waiting for us. Perfect. Hello, team. What do you think of my new look? If I did not know better, I should think our bard had run afoul of another jilted lover. Oh, what, did something happen? What did you do? Stop doing things. Is that... No, just my imagination. Oh, pay no attention to me. 'Tis a habit from my misspent youth, looking over my shoulder from time to time. What did you do? And to whom? Papa Limo, how goes? I do hope Ida's not under the impression that we are here to make merry. We are ostensibly the antecedent's escort, after all. Yep, your voice is definitely harder. It's a banquet, so there'll definitely be food. But will there also be dancing? And if there is, will it be before or after the food? Dancing on a full stomach is no fun. But neither is being hungry. What to do? Your head's in the right place. Okay. How's it going? We've been waiting for you, Derman. The celebration's due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. Oh. Goodness. Oh, okay. Bit last minute, but a hero must go where he is needed, and according to Minfilia, you are needed elsewhere. We will go on ahead, Derman. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. See y'all in there. Give my regards to Momodi. Let her know that I will call upon her anon. Please don't. She can handle herself. All right, let's go check on Momodi. You remember back at the beginning of this whole playthrough when, well, not only when we were in here, just starting out as a little level 1 guy, but also when I was saying that we started in Ul'dah because there's like just slightly more relevance to the main story here in Ul'dah. This is kind of what I meant. The fact that that we're getting close to the end of A Realm Reborn, and a lot of the stuff is, like, a lot of the main big interesting story points are kind of revolving around here. It's kind of like, it feels right starting in Ul'dah, I think, for a story-focused playthrough. Anyway. I appreciate you dropping on such short notice, Derman. I know you got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alienne, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. That worries me. Okay, sit tight. Thank you. I'm not really dressed for the desert right now. That's fine. Here, maybe I'll lose the hat. There we go. Still looking good. And not as hot. So... As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander. And all too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon and see no sign of Alien. I guess we'll keep waiting. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Kikern and the buzzing of syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Oh. Derman, is that you? What brings you out this way? Oh, hey. Lieutenant Alien? Why, no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We are to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be there with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Pray return to Ul'dah, Derman. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I'll tell her you were here. Okay.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Nervous. All right, well, let's get back to town before we get our clothes all dirty. These shoes are brand new, man. Also the rest of it. Mamodi. I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alien. What's the matter? No appetite? Well, this tiny glass container appears to have been used before, but to contain what, pray tell? So, she wasn't there, but this was, huh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that, I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Alien. I'm sure she'll churn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. I guess I do, don't I? Gotta represent us well. Now, I know it's been a pretty short episode, but we are going to call it here, and for good reason. Because as soon as we accept that quest, A World Reborn is gonna get moving, and it is not going to stop moving until it is done. So, as soon as we get going on that quest, we are finishing this game. Or, well, you know, this base game. You know what I mean. We're getting to Heavensward. It's the exciting thing. So, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Put on our hat. There we are. We're gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you all very much for watching. When we come back on Wednesday, we are finishing this. It's probably going to be a bit of a long one, but much will happen and it's going to be very exciting. So take care, all of you, until then, and I will see you Wednesday for the conclusion of A Realm Reborn. Boy, it's been a long time coming. Goodbye.